Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, we are doing Libra. Don't mind my hair. It's been a long day. I just got home. It was hot today. It is hot today. Whenever you're seeing this. Okay. We are doing the weekly energy. So now till a week when you see this. Okay, Libras. Libras, okay. Sorry. That's too many. It's very calm and quiet in your energy, which I think is why I yawned, because it made me like sleepy. Okay. Changed of the night, and I felt like this one wanted to come out, but becoming braver. Yeah, no need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. Yes, Libras, of course. Libras are so powerful and so, especially the Libras I know. Every Libra that I know has very strong intuitive gifts. With Changed in the Night, you have changed very quickly. I feel like you guys just went through a dark night of the soul, or you guys are finishing a dark night of the soul. Remember, whenever you guys watch tarot is predictive, right? So this reading will be for the week because I put that time frame. But if I don't put a time frame, I usually put that energy about 3 weeks in advance, right? Because what's the point of using tarot as a lubricant if it doesn't allow you the time to make different choices, to understand what's coming in, to be prepared, right? But I feel like for most of you guys went through a tremendous, I think excuse me. You guys went through some kind of tower moment, some kind of relationship, some kind of something came in and it hit real quick, and the way things ended, usually when you awaken that way, it's very disturbing. It's not like a soft awakening, it's not like a soft launch, right? It's like a hard opening to a restaurant, let's say. It gives a shock value, and it shocks your system into basically like a dark night of the soul, right? So I feel like for a lot of you guys have been going through a dark night of the soul, and it was quick. Usually in the past, I feel like the universe took a little bit longer, was a little bit slower. People had the time to elevate at a slower pace. At this point, I feel like the universe isn't playing, and it's kind of like triggering people left and right. So I feel like there's been a lot changed. There's been growth with you. And you're becoming braver in some aspects. I feel like especially the Libras that I know are very powerful in one aspect of their lives, but then they fear other aspects. They're actually all different, which is funny because I'm thinking of about 4 different Libras in my life that I'm very close to, and they're very powerful in one aspect, but in a different aspect they're kind of like it needs work, right? So I feel like that's where you're becoming braver. Like you're starting to branch out in the things that you want to do. You're starting to make the moves in relationships, in career. The things where you feared, where there's fear. And I feel like a lot of you guys used the word control. You guys wanted to use that narrative, but that's not what it was. It was fear. It's fear. That's really what it is. Because what is it that you don't want to lose? Control. Why don't you want to lose control? Because you fear losing control. You fear not having control of certain situations in your life because it'll affect other parts of your life, right? So the truth is that it's the fear of control. But the fact is that we really don't have control of anything in our lives. Absolutely nothing. If the universe wanted to take away your whole, let's say, business, or the next day you wake up sick, that is what would happen, right? We don't necessarily have, the only things we have control of is how we show up for ourselves and trusting ourselves to know better when we're going into situations where you see that you're not safe, right? Not necessarily that you believe that it's not safe and so you don't go in there, right? Because our ego can play a huge part in adding to our fear of something. But if you actually see where there's negative behaviors, where there's, you know, negative thinking, there's a place where you're not safe, that's different, right? But I feel like you guys are starting to be braver. And even at the bottom of the deck, it says, no need to fear, remember how powerful. Yeah, because you guys are so powerful. You guys are super powerful, and you guys are very intuitive. So let's go ahead and pull out the energy. Gosh, Libras, your guys' energy is like so potent. It's right here in like my solar. Whew. There's a lot of creativity. The creativity is just on fleek. I don't even know. Seek out information that will help you. Remember, I'm doing the energies for the week, so this is like what could play out whenever you see this video for a week out. Why did I say librarian? I was gonna say Libra, and then I just heard librarian in my head. So I don't know if maybe there's some research that you need to do at the library, or something that could help you. There's a book that could help you for what you're seeking out, right? I do feel like there is clarity coming in for a certain situation from the past. I know it's not coming in, and if no more information comes out about that, then I won't touch it. But if it does, then we will go through it. Oh, all right, you guys. That was only because so many cards came out, not because of what came out. Because there was like 5 in a bundle, and I was just like, oh, I'm gonna take it, I guess. Okay. Seek out information that will help you. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. Muddled, unclear thinking. Obstacles to overcome. Compliments from an admirer, and unsuccessful plans. So what's the bottom? Yeah, changes in your life with the moon. But with the moon, I always get secrets coming out. Things that you need. I feel like some of you guys might need closure on a situation. Sorry, I need to put on some lipstick because I literally cannot. My lips are so dry all of a sudden. I don't know if this is you guys, but I can't even talk without. It's so much better. Okay, so unsuccessful plans. All right, let's see. So I'm getting the feeling, and we will clarify these, but I feel like the universe is asking you to seek out information on a specific wish that you had wanted. You had been manifesting this, and this is something that I feel like was something that you had been hoping and praying for. I feel like this is something from the past, right? And so it is a wish that you're going to receive, but I don't think you see the situation for what it is truly. I'm hearing a quote that a friend of mine says, and it's stop romanticizing, relationships or like certain situationships. And I feel like that's exactly what this is. So what's funny is because he's a Libra, and I feel like this Libra is doing the exact same thing. I feel like you don't see clear how unhealthy whatever it was that you were hoping for, and you don't see the what's the word? I don't think you see the clarity, the severity of how unhealthy this was. Of things that were done behind your back, things that were said behind your back. I'm even getting there was like, there wasn't faithfulness. There was even like, that's what I'm getting, okay? That's what I'm getting. And it feels like whatever this is, they're gonna come in and compliment you. If this is a new job, if this is whatever, they're gonna come in and be like, hey, look, this, you're, you know, using compliments as an ass kisser, right? Trying to get you back into some kind of fold. But I feel like they're telling you, you know, you need to research, because if you get back into the situation, if you just go in blindly, you're not seeing the truth of this, and this is actually going to muddle your thinking. I feel like you've already been around, you've already had a few cycles with this person or job or family, whatever it is, right? And for some reason your thinking is still not clear. I feel like you've had choices before and you had one great option and you chose to repeat almost like a karmic pattern with this person. And it's gonna create problems for you. It's gonna create problems that you're gonna have to clean up, a mess that you're gonna have to clean up again, because you're not seeing the severity of what this person really truly is, or what the problems, or the who this person really is, the facade that they put. I don't actually believe you see clearly. Yeah, and then unsuccessful plans. I feel like this person's gonna come in, or whatever it is, right? Place, job, a person, whatever, is gonna come in. You're gonna get all excited. It's gonna cause problems in your life again, and then it's just gonna fail again. I feel like this is somebody that does this kind of thing, and they've done it several times before, and you're just not like seeing them fully. Like, you're not seeing them clearly. I feel like, again, you're romanticizing possibility. And this is a conversation I've had with so many people this last year. We fall in love with possibility, but you're not seeing the truth about what a person actually is. There is a possibility of somebody being something, or a job being something, but that's not what you're seeing. You're not seeing who they really are. You're seeing a possibility. You're seeing a what if they could be. It could be that. It could turn into that. We could be this, we could be that. No. And I feel like you actually had options before that was something that was actually meant, that would have been a better option in the past. And I feel like if you go around with this cycle again, it's just going to cause the same thing. But you know what? If you need to go around in a karmic cycle again for you to see clearly who a person is, so you don't actually hold on to them in your thoughts or hold space for some people, because some people really don't deserve the space, right? And that's coming from somebody who does, you know, energy work, right? Some people really just don't deserve the space. There's it's the Hawthorne effect, right? When somebody knows you're watching, they're going to behave very differently. When somebody doesn't know you're watching, you can see the truth of who they are. And I feel like for whoever you were dealing with, the job you were dealing with, right, they knew you were watching, and they put on some kind of facade here, right? Anyway, let's start to clarify. Sorry if I look like I'm in a beach commercial, but it's like 85 outside, and I was out all day. Look, the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're super guarded. You're super guarded with the Nine of Wands, with the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you've grown really hard for your garden. You've worked really hard. Well, I don't know why you said you've grown really hard for your garden. That's interesting. I did say that, right? I'm not sure. So, if I did. I feel like you've had some growth lately, and you've evolved even with your garden, right? So I know I was sitting here the other day and I was doing readings for myself. I was doing a lot of energy work, and I was pulling out some things that I needed to know. and the messages were coming out very differently. And I felt like, you know, when I first started out with tarot, the cards were different. It's almost like the cards and tarot has grown and matured as I have, right? Not just the messages, but even the relationship with tarot, which I'm talking about it as if it's a living being, right? To me, it's I have a connection with them, right? So that's what I mean. And I feel like for you, you have a connection to your life, to what you connect to what your life is, your love, and your love is your life, right? Or your career. And I feel like you've grown, and you've grown with your career, and you've seen the growth between you and it and how different you are. But I feel like that wasn't due to a lack of pain, and most of the time we grow because of pain. That's usually how the human works, because we're stubborn and we don't like to grow just for the funsies, for the most part, right? But right now your garden is growing. I feel like you have certain projects that are starting to finally show fruit, and some that are just blooming. They are just, yeah, you're starting to see the what's that word I'm thinking of? Anyway, you're starting to see the growth of all the projects you've put in, and even some smaller projects that you were having a hard time because you were having a hard time with what you were going through are starting to finally bloom, right? You're seeing the fruits of your labor. Who forgets fruits? Okay, compliments from an admirer. Let's clarify. Oh, my baby's on the floor. I'm gonna take this one. Ooh. Yeah. Oy. Oy, oy, oy. Two in Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Libra. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Okay. I feel like you were dealing with the Queen of Swords. Somebody who was actually, I feel like they put a facade on of being emotional and being very loving, but this person was very cold, very detached, very just not a soft person. Just not a very soft person, like cold and calculating, and now my throat's starting to hurt. I don't know if you guys are getting sick, or you guys are sick, or there was something here where if it didn't benefit them, if it didn't feel like it was almost like you could never do enough. It was never, it's giving me like, what's that movie, Mommy Dearest? Like that. Ooh, it's making my stomach hurt. It's giving me very like, I'm not gonna say that because there's gonna be people that get upset, but someone's like, you got a B plus? That's garbage. Or like, yeah, okay, you did this for me, but you didn't do that for me, and then you don't do that for me, and then this for me. Like, it's always like, what can you do for me to make me feel comfortable, because I feel uncomfortable, and it's my wounds, and it's this and it's that, and it's very like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Very harsh with their words also. Could be very harsh with their words, or could be very harsh with their lack of words. Didn't give words about, words of affirmation. Didn't like ever truly, how am I at 19 minutes? Never truly gave you, emotion. Like, it's giving narcissistic mother. Like the very prim, proper. And if they did, they made it seem like they were doing you a huge favor, okay? Clarifying the muddled, unclear thinking. Yeah, you got the Ace of Swords in reverse. You feel like you don't know the truth. You feel like there's things missing that you want the truth on. And the thing is that you're not wanting to see the truth because it really does kind of hurt you. First and foremost, that you fell for... I feel like it hurts that this is truly who they are. And second, it does take a hit to the ego, even if we don't want to admit it, right? And I can say that because I've been there. Like, how could I fall for this? How could I fall for someone like this who, you know, has put on such a facade? And it's because you know, sometimes people come in and they're like the greatest actors in the world. They've done this time and time again. It's a practice behavior, right? With obstacles to overcome, Tower. I'm telling you, they're gonna come fuck your shit up. They're gonna come in, they're gonna do what they always do. Sorry if you guys see that. My window, my curtain is open, so you get a hit of me glowing like the angel I am. Yeah, this is gonna come and fuck up your stability again. And then you have the Two of Pentacles, unsuccessful plans. I do feel like you'll have the option to go around with this again, but you really do actually have somebody that you're meant to be with, or something even better. Like, meaning something even better, I don't mean like if it's not a relationship you're looking for, a better job, something that's actually meant for you and that is actually going to be the perfect person for you. I feel like you're just holding on to something that you created in your mind and it doesn't really exist. The person, the job, whatever it is that you created in your mind does not exist. And the little bit that they did show you that you felt was like what you wanted was a facade. They saw something they wanted and they put on a show, especially with the Queen of Swords here. Because, yeah, look, you're wanting to come out of the cold. You guys, this might have actually made you, like, physically sick. You guys could be healing from something, whether it be physically, whether it be you guys were doing too much of something, partaking too much in whatever it is, right? Anything could be an addiction, food, alcohol, whatever it is, work, to, you know. But I feel like you guys are finally starting to heal from this, and this person comes in, or this, whatever this is, comes in when they know you're vulnerable. When they know you're vulnerable, and not only when they know you're vulnerable, but when they can feel like you're about to, when you're on the right path and you're about to make a different choice in your life, which is actually going to change your life drastically. I'm hearing, you know, how did I lose it? I don't know. I'm getting this is your guys' energy, because I'm getting all muddled with my thinking. I'm forgetting destiny, changing life choices. Okay? People can change your destiny for the good, but they can also change it for the worse. Be careful of who you attach yourself to. And I feel like you had another option available to you, and you chose to learn the lesson instead of whatever it was, right? That's up to you guys. So you guys have here a choice. You guys have the choice here. I feel like you're looking at one choice more than the other. But I feel like you're having a hard time because you feel like you feel like there's still something here. And yeah, what's here is a bunch of lies and fakeness and somebody who's not really who they say. What should Libra do? Six of Pentacles. Only go where there's equal give and take. The right person, the right job, the right family, the right opportunities will always give to you as much as you give, right? It will always be an equal give and take. And it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, I give you $1,000 so you give me $1,000. No, I'm talking about energy. I'm talking about love. And not everybody has the same love, but You come together and you balance each other and you give equally, where one is slacking and the other one it has more, right? And vice versa. And this is with friendships as well. I this whole week I hung out with my friend, and I hadn't seen her in like 2 years because she was going through something and I was going through something. And literally, I have never hung out with someone and actually felt more energized than when I left my house. Except for these past weeks where I have hung out with her and I feel absolutely amazing. And that is a true relationship, because even when they talk to you, they're not draining you. It's, oh, here, take some of mine, and oh, here, take some of mine. And then you still leave overflowing with love and abundance, knowing that this person wants nothing but love and the best for your life, and vice versa. Yeah, Two of Swords here. You still haven't made a choice with the King of Cups wanting to come together. With the soulmate. That's not actually a soulmate. It is a soulmate. But remember, even our karmics, and when I say karmic, a karmic is somebody that it is a soulmate, but they teach you a hard lesson. You have karma to play out from past lives. And most of the time, those don't end well. Those don't end well until you learn the lesson. And people want to say, no, soulmates are only the good. Nope. Nope. Soulmates are, especially the bad ones, are the strongest soulmates. Because you think somebody that you didn't feel anything for, you're going to allow to hurt you and do a whole bunch of fuckery? Hell nah. You have to have that connection. You have that heart memory that there was something there. You just don't remember that it was actually, you know, trauma or third parties or whatever it was, right? Somebody using you. I feel like this person is a user. Okay, we'll just leave it there. Let me get you guys some guidance from the universe. Oh, my hair is too long. Oh, hello. Dude, okay. He's just, okay. Do you see I'm recording? Okay, you want the cards? Okay. Can I finish? And then... I need to finish. Alright, you can be my board. No. Alright. I'll just use you. Healing. Allow light to enter your wounds. Yes. That's exactly right. You want to be here, so I'm using you. Manifestation. What you desire is on its way. Exactly. Heart, emotions, and intuition. Yes. Use your intuition. Use your intuition. You already know what's good for you and what's not. And I feel like you've already been through this, so you know exactly what's going on. There are better options. There actually is one option that is meant for you, and you kind of... I'm not going to go deeper into that because I think there's fear there. Stillness, it's a lack of movement. But that's something else you have to work on, because you know that this is a weekly energy. Alright, Libras, I'm going to let you go because now my cat is in the way. But also I am done. So I love you guys so much. I will see you guys soon. Thanks for being here. Bye.